Hello, everyone. It's week 10 of the NFL, and we're back. The line movers are here. Zach Scarborough from Houston, Texas. Nick Lee from Iowa. Also heard on the Iowa Wise Guys podcast, and you might have heard of Zach on Jimmy Yacht Radio, ESPN, Baton Rouge. Here we are. We're going to discuss last week in the beating we took. Okay, video picks. We finally put out a losing week in video picks. This is kind of why we stress watching the videos. We've been doing great all year long. Last week we did a combined 5-10, so we did awful in video picks. Subscriber picks were bad. We were on a 36-10 run on subscriber picks. We lost on those this week, -4 units on subscriber picks on the NFL as well. Thankfully, we won one back on college football and two back in the NBA, but it doesn't matter. I guess the lesson of week 9 would be to never get too high on a team or never to get too low on a team in the NFL, as we saw. A lot of people jumped on the Rams minus Derrick Henry for the Titans. A lot of people jumped on the Chiefs minus Aaron Rodgers for the Packers. A lot of people were all over Dallas, and all of those teams didn't cover the spread. A couple of them lost outright. The Bills as well never even got close to covering in Jacksonville. Actually, I don't even know if they ever led at any point in time in that game. So I guess the moral of the story here is no matter how good it's all going in the NFL, maintain your bet size. Always remember 1 unit is 1 unit. Don't forget about that. No matter how much you're winning or losing, put the money away for a rainy day. Maintain your bet size. And remember that no matter how good you are, the lines are set where the lines are set for a reason. And you can only be on the side of the public for so long. And I think for, a good 3 or 4 weeks, everybody was winning money. We found ourselves on the right side of some public lines and the right side of the opposite. And we took a beating this past week. And Zach, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, I knew that this week was coming eventually. It was definitely a dog week. If you would have taken all the dogs, you probably had a pretty good week. And like you said, it's been a lot of favorites winning and covering up to that point. I mean, I don't think that the subscriber plays were as bad as the record showed. We had some horrible quarterback play and some horrendous interceptions, big plays, horrible penalties that cost us several plays. But, that's the way it goes. There's plenty of plays earlier this season that won that we did. So it all kind of evens out in the end. Let's just put this week behind us and keep moving forward.
Nick, you got anything to add?
Nope, I agree. We just got to keep firing. One bad week that shouldn't set the tone for the rest of the season. Ready to get back at it here.
Yeah, and one thing I have noticed, I don't want to pick on you, Nick, but when we're doing teasers, guys, it's not a bad idea to take the points as well. Keep in mind, if you're at 6.5 or 7.5, getting 6 points is massive. That's going up to a 13.5. Everybody teased the Rams down. Even if the Rams won that game, they weren't going to cover. Everybody teased the Steelers down. They didn't cover. So you also can think of it the other way and start taking the points in teasers too, now that the lines are kind of locked in and a lot closer. I think in most cases this week, if you would have took 6 points on the spread, you would have probably covered. I know off the top of my head, you would have covered mostly all of the underdog games and a couple of close games as well. So just something to keep in mind when you're doing teasers, because we've been preaching teasers. But let's get into the featured games this week.
Well, and to add on what you're saying there, I do agree with that wholeheartedly. And my favorite teaser is actually a short dog getting up through the 3 and the 7. And as we've known this year, road dogs, short road dogs are hitting at a pretty high clip ATS. So if you're teasing short road dogs in the NFL this year, you're winning. I believe you're winning almost 70% or a little higher than 70%. So looking to tease those teams definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't always have to tease down. You can tease up as well. So moving along, hopefully we can pick some winners this week, guys. Let's get things moving in the right direction, back on track, and let's win. So Saints are visiting the Titans. We got a 3-point spread here. Saints getting 3, and it's 44.5. Nick, which way are you going to go here? Titans looked really good against the Rams on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, I think this line is a tad bit short. I think the Titans, I was a little surprised to see it so low. I thought maybe it'd be more 4 or 5, but the Titans defense is looking stronger. And I do believe that maybe, dare you say the Titans are still able to produce on offense without Derrick Henry, but it looks like they can. Obviously that's a big injury for them. I think I like the Titans here at -3. I think that the Saints, the injury to Jameis Winston does hurt them a little bit offensively. It does limit them. They were getting blown out last week before a nice offensive output in the fourth quarter. I like Tennessee at home here to cover the 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, I think you kind of have to, after what we've seen the last 4 or 5 weeks from Tennessee beating Buffalo, on the road at Kansas City winning, at home versus Indy winning, and then on the road with no Derrick Henry winning against the Rams. Quite an impressive little run they've been on. I mean, this is a hard game for me to handicap. I mean, you see that line and you're like, wow, I mean, you got to take the Titans, but they only had 194 yards of offense last week. They scored 14 points basically on offense, and it probably should have been less than that. Their first drive, I think they had 3 third and longs that all became first downs off of penalties. And then their last score, they got the ball at midfield because the Rams went for it on 4th because they had to. So I really like the underplay in this. I think they're 2 strong defenses. I think the Saints defense is going to rebound, play better than they did the first half of last week. And the Titans defense is playing out of their minds right now. So I don't know. Love the under in this game. I think it's going to be a defensive battle. I think both offenses are going to struggle, especially with no Jameis. Don't know who's going to get the start there, but just think both offenses are going to struggle against these defenses right now. Give me the under 45.5.
So I guess the Titans kind of played a little better this week with Derrick Henry out than we expected, but they got those 2 turnovers that led directly to touchdowns. I guess still turnover, kind of 14-16, they're still going to score points on those turnovers, even if they didn't run them even if they didn't get pick sixes. Titans are quietly on a 5-game win streak, and I think that they're going to cover the 3 points here too. I'm impressed with the way Justin Simmons is playing defensive tackle right now. He, next to Aaron Donald, there's nobody playing the position better than him. So you got an MVP candidate on the defensive end if they gave defensive awards like that. And this guy, the last 4 games, has been playing out of his mind. So I lean Tennessee here. No real feel for the over under, because Tennessee always can score some points if games get out of hand. They're willing to slug it out with you, but I just don't see ways that the Saints can score enough points. And with the pressure that Simmons is putting on quarterbacks right now, Simeon, I mean, they're down to like their last egg right now, and if he goes down, they're going to be relying on Hill, and that he already is proven to not be able to throw the ball, move drives successfully. So I think this is a Titans play, Titans -3 for me as well.
And if you think about the Achilles heel for the Titans defense, it's their secondary. I agree. I'm not so sure the Saints can take advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a Titans play for me. Titans at home. I know Derrick Henry's out, but I'll take the Titans. Moving along, another 1:00 game. Browns at the Patriots in Foxborough. Browns are getting 1.5, 45.5 points as the over under. First things first, was the Mac Jones play dirty? Did Mac Jones know what he was doing, Nick?
I don't know.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
He probably knew what he was doing. If you had to bet, would you say he probably knew what he was doing?
I would. Zach?
I mean, I don't really have an opinion on it. I don't think it was a dirty play, so it is what it is. He's a quarterback, and the guy that he's trying to bring down is much bigger and stronger than him. So,
I mean, at no point in time laying on your back as a quarterback should you be pulling on someone's ankle. Enough said on that, though. Browns Patriots, on to the game. Let's get some picks. Zach, who do you like this week? Browns plus 1.5.
Both these teams played very impressive games last week. I'm leaning towards the under again on this game. I don't think the Browns are going to have, a 99-yard pick six, a 60-yard touchdown pass, and a 70-yard touchdown run. I don't think Belichick's going to allow those big plays. Browns defense has been playing great. And I think Chubb's out, right, for COVID. So no Chubb. I mean, they have proven that they can
test.
Do what?
He can pass tests. He's apparently vaccinated.
Okay. I just saw that he was probably not gonna play. But well, I mean, whether he plays or not, they've shown that they can run the ball with or without him. He had a massive game last week, but I think going up to New England, both teams playing great, but I like the defenses in this situation. I'm going to go with under 45. Was it 45.5?
Yeah, I like New England's defense. I think they're getting better by the week. I think Bill Belichick can paint a masterpiece here. He's one of the best in the business at making teams one-dimensional. I'm not sure Baker Mayfield can beat them with the passing game. I think the Patriots take away the Browns' running game, especially if Nick Chubb does not play. I like the Patriots here at home.
I do want to say that the Patriots, Cleveland in the last 2 years have played 19 games with Chubb, and they're averaging over 27 points a game with him, and they're averaging 18 points a game without him. So if he doesn't play, that's huge.
Yeah, Nick Chubb is a big part of that offense. Definitely if the Browns get the lead, it makes it easier for Baker Mayfield all game long. It's kind of a Patriots game for me too. Better coach in this situation. And the Patriots defense is playing great. They're putting pressure on quarterbacks and they're creating turnovers. I know Sam Darnold is a turnover machine, but the Patriots have been doing well in the turnover department for the past couple of weeks. They turned Herbert over. They got a pick six. They turned Dak over. I think that this is a Patriots game here for me too. So I'd take the Patriots minus 1.5 as well. Moving along, 1:00 game, Falcons, Cowboys. The line's kind of moving up a little bit. Cowboys are probably due to lay a beat down on someone ever since that beat down they just got against the Broncos. Seems like the book is out on Diggs. Double move, get him. You can burn him deep. His eyes are in the looking at the quarterback. So looks like our tickets there are gone on him for Defensive Player of the Year. Zach, 9 points. Is that too many points for you to lay with the Cowboys?
Yeah, this is a tough game for me after watching my Cowboys that was just an embarrassing performance last week. The score did not reflect the game. They probably should not have scored a point. Dak did not look good. I don't know if he was not fully healthy or what, but I do expect them to rebound versus a defense that's susceptible to big plays. I think Diggs needs, I think he's been on this interception tear and he's got his eyes looking at the quarterback, trying to get more interceptions. I think he needs to get back, to the basics plan, which I think he will. They got, Dan Quinn was the head coach of the Falcons and now the defensive coordinator for us. So should be very familiar with the play, but both of these defenses give up huge chunk plays. Atlanta's offense is really, from the beginning of the season till now, is looking a lot better. Kyle Pitts is great. Calvin Ridley's still out dealing with mental health issues. I think if you like the Cowboys, get in now. If you like the Falcons, maybe try to find a 9.5 and buy it up to 10. If you see it drop to 8.5, I think it's a great teaser spot to get the Cowboys at 2.5. Lean towards the over. No play on this right now. That over's already gone up, I think, 5 points or so. So 55 and a half's a lot of points. I still think they get there, but no official play from me.
Yeah, I expected a tight ball game here. I think that Matt Ryan is Pro Football Focus's top-rated quarterback the last 6 weeks combined. The Falcons are 4-2 after that 0-2 start. And their offense, like Zach alluded to, is playing very well. That's a lot of points with a Cowboys team that looked very poor last week. And, I'm not going to lay the points of the Cowboys. I do love the book here. I just looked on DK before we went on air. 8 points right now. It's gone down. It's taken some Falcons money there. So I like Dallas in a teaser here to get the job done. Good point by Zach. Dan Quinn, the old head coach at Atlanta, knows how to probably play some defense against Matt Ryan. He's been scouting him for the last how many years every day. And I just don't, if I had to take a side here, I would take Atlanta. All 6 of those games, they're 4-2. All games were decided by less than a touchdown. But no official play here other than Dallas in a teaser. I will have Dallas in teasers this week.
I know Dallas kind of came back down to reality this week. They were on their high horse. They were on a 6-game winning streak. However, Atlanta did just beat the Jets, the Giants, and Miami. They also lost to the Redskins in Carolina at the same time in that time span. So they might have 4 wins, but they also have 2 bad losses. And the only real good win I see in there is against the Saints. And that's where I think Jameis went down. I'm just the side I'm on here. No, Jameis went down the game before that. But the side I'm on here is probably the over. I think a lot of points will get scored. I don't think either team. I know that Atlanta can score some points, and I think the Cowboys will be able to capitalize on their mistakes from last week. I don't think they're going to make those same mistakes again. Another week at home, practice, get right, score some points. Definitely a easier defense to score points against than Denver, regardless of Von Miller's location. I think the over is the play here for me. I think 9 is too many points to give in an NFL football game with 2 teams that are kind of still alive in Atlanta's hope, if you would say. They're not out of it yet. So,
and don't underestimate the Cowboys' effort this coming weekend. I think you get a spirited effort from the Cowboys. Jerry Jones made some comments on his radio show about one of the most uninspiring efforts he's seen from a Cowboys team. So when Jerry talks, you usually get a spirited team the next week. So I think the Cowboys come out fired up.
Yep. Our last game of the week is the Chiefs and the Raiders. The Chiefs are giving the Raiders 2.5 points in Las Vegas. The Chiefs haven't looked good. Patrick Mahomes doesn't look great. The offensive line is still bad. This kind of is a weird line. You would think it would be the other way with the Raiders at home. Losing the piece in Ruggs has seen their offense struggle to stretch downfield. They brought in Deshaun Jackson. We'll see what he can do, even though I think he might only be able to take the top off for a couple plays a game. What do you got here, Zach? Which way are you going?
I mean, this is just, it's so tough with Kansas City in the state they're in right now. As you alluded, I think it kind of, it starts with 2 things. Their offensive line is just terrible. And I think their defense giving up points every drive is putting a ton of pressure on Mahomes, and he doesn't have the protection to do anything. I think he's trying to kind of force it too much. With that being said, we're still waiting for this offensive outbreak, and they might be able to do it against Las Vegas. You see this short line and you think, KC and the over, but that's hard to go with this year because KC is struggling so much on offense, and their defense is giving up so many points. I don't have an official play on this. I lean KC. I lean the over, the Mahover. So other than that, I don't know. It's going to be an exciting game in Las Vegas, but both teams, it's a big game for both teams. Sunday Night Football in Las Vegas. Be exciting to watch.
Yeah, I still like the Raiders offense. And I think last week, statistically, they dominated the Giants, over 400 yards of offense, 6 red zone trips, only 16 points. And I think the Raiders are going to be able to move the ball on Kansas City's defense. I think this is a tight game. I love the Raiders in the points here. I love getting 3 points at home. Love the Raiders in teasers. That will be my number one teaser leg of the week. Raiders up to +9. So I'll be looking for a Raiders win outright. Maybe sprinkle a little bit of money on the money line. I love the Raiders this week against Kansas City.
I think Kansas City not having a running game right now is really hurting what they're trying to do on offense. Takes the read option away, takes away the play action. And I think that's just really hurting the flow of their game plan. And this is a Raiders game for me, Raiders line for me. I think they're playing better football, even though they lost last week. That's a tough game. Go across country, play on the East Coast for a team that's dealing with what they were dealing with. I just think this is a Raiders game for me, +2.5. I know that's a close line. I'd probably wait. There's going to be some people that back the Chiefs. I think later in the week, you're going to get the Vegas money on the Raiders. But this for me, I would take the 2.5 if I had to bet it. But I think, again, the way that these teams, the way the emotional things going on with the Raiders, with the cornerback getting released and Ruggs, and the way the Chiefs are playing, it's a complete stay away game. You don't have to bet every single game on the board, guys. That's the reason why there's so many games and so many options on the board. So any other plays you guys have for them now, or keep them waiting until the weekend for the Twitter teaser of the week and anything else?
Check us out on our website. Be sending several. I like several plays this week already, so you can find them on our website. You can also find our shirts, merchandise, things like that.
Looking good. I need a T-shirt. I need to get one of those T-shirts. I need to get you my address so I can get one of those. I want to represent too.
Yeah, guys.
I'll be in Vegas this weekend, so I'll be all over Vegas this week.
Slacker, dude. You should already have one. Oh my goodness. All right. So anybody, you can follow us along. You can find us on the web. We now have the website up and running, thelinemovers.net. You can sign up, become a member. We have a lines page available for everyone to reference. College basketball is underway. We just released a 25-page top 20 preview. Nick got a look at that. It was our first crack at a preview. We're going to be doing pretty much every sport coming up. So it's just more coming along with your subscription. It's not only plays, it's all about content, guys. We care more about the content and the reason why we're putting our money on what we're putting our money on. So follow us on the web, follow us on Twitter, engage with us. We'd love to hear your side and what you're on. Let's have a good weekend. Stay tuned for more college basketball plays, more news in the NBA. And other than that, you want to hear more college football, we already posted our video this week, and I'll be on the Iowa Wise Guys podcast with Nick later today. So thanks, guys. We'll see you next week for week 11.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
This video was brought to you by River Donkeys Poker Club, but not in association with the Line Movers Network. Start playing today by downloading the app on Google Play or the Apple iTunes Store by searching for Poker, 4 R's with the number 2. Search for the group 5AZR7 to start playing poker today.